Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am here today talking about an unusual topic, and I'm very excited to share. Four business lessons that we can learn from Elvis to be more successful. So, last night, I went and watched the Elvis movie with a dear new friend. I'll talk a little bit about her a little bit more later, and I'm also going to tag her in this. It was amazing. But what surprised me was the business lessons that I got from this movie that I wanted to share. So, hello, if you don't know me, I'm Audrey Faust, growth and leadership coach, and I work with CEOs and their teams to create alignment and take their businesses to the next level. But today I'm sharing a little bit different live today. It's not about your teams and aligning your teams. This one's for the CEOs. So this one, I thought there was so much value, business value in the Elvis movie last night. I couldn't help myself from sharing today. So without more, let me get into the guts of this. So four great business. I could probably name more than four in this movie, but I'm going to keep it to four because I don't want to be talking here for an hour. So anyway, the four lessons, great business lessons that I pulled from the four, I'd say most important business lessons I pulled from the Elvis movie last night. The first one was, people will always remember how you make them feel, right? So they may not remember what you say. They may not remember like your name, but they're always going to remember how you make them feel. And that's what Elvis was a genius about. He made women feel something that they didn't know they could feel. So another thing from that movie, because he was before I was even, well, I guess I was a young child. I won't give away my age, but no, I was a young child when he was singing. And so I don't really remember the original Elvis. But I didn't realize like he was the first person to like get up on stage and dance. And he had this crazy way of dancing, right? And it drove the women crazy. So it made them feel like that was the secret to his success, right? And he wasn't doing it just because it was just how he was able to sing. He needed to dance like that to be able to sing like that. So I learned some amazing information about Elvis that I never even knew in that movie. And I hope that movie wins some awards because I can't say enough great things about it. So the number one business lesson that I learned is people are going to remember how you make them feel. I've heard that before, but this really kind of solidified that. So always remember when dealing with clients, how are you making them feel? Like when dealing with prospective clients, are you making them feel heard? Are you making them feel like they're important? Because that's what they're going to remember. And number two, I'm putting on my CFO hat here. As some of you may know, I have a CFO business. So number two lesson that Elvis, and this one like resonated with me like you would not believe, is Elvis didn't pay attention to his numbers. And therefore he got himself in a bit of trouble. I don't want to spoil anything about the Elvis movie, but the one thing in my CFO business that I preach is know your numbers, right? And have somebody that understands them. If you don't understand them, have a CFO explain them to you. Like that's just like you should be looking at your numbers every single month, at a minimum. And guess what? I like weeklies even better, but you should be reviewing all your financial reports at least once a month. Because if you're not, and understanding them, not just reviewing them, understanding them as well. Because if you're not, like, you're not going to know what's going on in your business financially. And Elvis didn't know what was going on in his business financially and got into a lot of trouble because of it. So although the friend I was with, Karen, is a sweetheart. She has an HR business. She has a heart-centered HR business. Shout out to Karen. We have become fast, good friends here in Florida. And I kind of said, there's a little bit there. Elvis needs to take a little responsibility there for not knowing his numbers. And she kind of came back at me and said, well, he trusted everybody. And I feel she felt sorry for him because he trusted everybody. And, God bless people like Karen. Like, she's got this huge heart and had a lot of empathy for him. But I just wanted to say, like, you need to really be in your numbers. You need to know them. You need to, like, recognize anything that's out of the ordinary. You need to, know what's going on. So, we all have to be financially conscious of our personal finances as well as our business finances. And if you're not, and something happens, really, it's all around. You have no knowledge of what's going on in your finances, then more than likely something will happen in your business, unfortunately, like it did Elvis. So that's number 2, know your numbers. Number 3, it's all about the snow. And you'll understand that more if you go watch the movie. And I recommend that you do watch the movie. So what they refer to as snow in the movie is like the show, like the wow factor, right? And, Elvis like dressed crazy and he danced crazy. And they tried in that era that Elvis was in, nobody danced on stage. Like that blew my mind that, like, now we see all these spectacular shows. I was in the entertainment industry for quite a few years, and they were part of, like, putting on this great big show, right? We have halftime shows at the Super Bowl. Elvis was really like one of the first people that created the snow, right? The show. He had these fancy suits. He had this fancy dance. And people tried to shut him down because he was different, right? You learn that in the movie. People like wanted to literally put the guy in jail because he was dancing on the stage. Like, that blew my mind, really. So, but like, yeah, it's all about the show. He put on an amazing show that nobody had ever seen before. So, like, that was business lesson number 3. Make sure you're putting on a great show, right? And I'm going to be talking with a visibility coach, speaking of, on Friday. And we're going to be talking about leadership and visibility. That is her niche. She's a visibility coach. I'm super excited to be talking with her on Friday here, LinkedIn Live. And, so it's important to be visible. It's important to put on the show, the snow. Let people know that you know what you're talking about. Get yourself out there. So couldn't be a better week for me to be talking about this, because it just came to mind that we're going to be talking about visibility and leadership on Friday. So bring the snow on, right? That's number 3. Number 4 is the one thing that Elvis did was he believed in his dreams. Like, and he not let nothing stop him. So, like, nobody or or nothing was going to stop him. And they tried, believe me, they tried to stop him. And he was unhappy when they tried to stop him. They told him they were going to put him in jail if he danced, and he was like, yeah, watch me. And he did it anyway. And people all along his career tried to change him. And as they did, like, oh, let's do it this way or that way or whatever, you saw pieces of him losing himself, right? But when he brought it back to what he was really about, the dance, the entertainment, that's when everybody came alive again, including him. And, he had a specific dream and he believed in himself from the very first day. And he's like, this is what I want. Like, this is my dream. And he just went after it, right? And he let no one tell him what to do. Well, he did for a little while, but then, and look how amazing. I mean, still today, we have Elvis impersonators that are singing his songs. Like, it's amazing the legacy that he has created, if you think about it. He changed the music industry. He changed the entertainment industry. And it was just really amazing how much business was in this Elvis movie. So if you get a chance, I recommend you go out and see it. And let me know what business lessons you get from the Elvis movie, because I was just shocked at so many tidbits, a plethora of tidbits all around business, what to do, what not to do in that Elvis movie. So I'm not an Elvis fan. I'm a little bit more of an Elvis fan now after seeing that movie and what he created. I'm just in awe. And if you believe in yourself and don't change for anyone, and don't let people tell you this is the way you should do something, right? And you make sure it's aligned with who you really are, your success is inevitable, right? So I wanted to share that with you today. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you haven't seen that movie, get out and see it, because it's definitely worth your time. And I'll be talking to you on Friday with my good friend, Leilani, who is a visibility coach. So make sure you don't miss that. And I'll talk to you soon.